Hello everybody, so today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video. It's going to be a little sketch and chat. I hope everybody's doing okay. I've had kind of a week at work, so I just kind of wanted to do a really chill video and just like doodle a little bit. So here I actually have these like scrap pieces of paper that I got in a handmade journal that I bought on Etsy, and I really like the texture and the like slight speckling in the paper, so I'm hoping that I can kind of do just like some loose little watercolor stuff on it. Okay, and yeah, we're just gonna pretty much get started. So I'm using this little Prime Pastel Dreams watercolor set, I guess. I just found this at Joann's at the time, and it had really cute colors. I think I actually got one that has a duplicate somehow, but that's okay, I don't really mind. And I really think that it's really easy to use. It's super small and like quick to open up and get ready, so it's just, you know, kind of fun colors to use and not too much work to get it all set up. So I'm just gonna kind of get some water on everybody so that the paint can start activating. I mostly use this just for like little sketches and doodles, so I'm not really worried about cross-contaminating the colors slightly by like dipping my brush in a couple of them. And then something I wanted to try on one of these is I have this like really coarse grained salt, and I want to try and do like a wash and then put the salt on it. I'm wondering, because it has bigger grains, maybe it'll do bigger effects, or like, I don't remember the name of it, but you know, where it like the salt soaks up the paint a little bit. So first I'm just gonna kind of grab this darker pink, and I just want to see how the paper reacts to the paint. I'm gonna try the front and the back. Okay, so it kind of looks like the paint just sits on top. It's not really soaking in at all. But I do like how it looks on the front more, so we're gonna go with that. Oh, okay, we'll put that to the side to dry. Okay, so meanwhile, let's go ahead and get our paper wet to do the wash on this one, and then we'll put the salt on it. And I want to make this like very wet. The paper is buckling because it's not meant for this, obviously, but I'm just going to make it really wet because I want the salt to have something to pull up. And then I think I'm just going to do some pinks and, you know, maybe just some fun floral colors or something that we can draw on once we let it all dry up. So it doesn't really look like colors blend super easily on this paper either, probably because of the fact that the paint just kind of sits on here, but again, this paper isn't really meant for watercolor, so I'm not going to judge it too badly for it. Alright, I like that kind of spread, so I'm going to take some of these salt granules and just kind of drop them around. So this is actually ice cream salt. So it's like the salt that you buy to make ice cream at home, but we've never really gotten around to it, and it's getting pretty old and gross, so I figured maybe I can just use it to kind of do some watercolor effects. The paper is buckling really badly, so I'm not sure if the salt's even going to get a chance to work, but we'll put it to the side, we'll see what happens. So meanwhile, I wanted to go ahead and get this other one. Okay, so the paint did dry pretty quickly on there, so that's actually not too bad. I'm just going to clean my brush off, and then I'd like to do just some kind of random portraits on this one, just something loose and easy. So I've got my Pinterest up, and I'm just going to find a cute picture. I hope I can. So it's kind of weird. I keep having the problems with wanting to draw and like being in a really like weird funk where I don't know what to draw, and I can't really think of anything that gets me excited to draw, but I really want to draw. So it just has been kind of a weird funk where I kind of sit in front of my sketchbook and I don't really do anything, and then next thing I know it's bedtime. So yeah, I don't think that's adding to like the kind of rough week. I think it's just making me feel worse because I'm not really doing anything. I'm getting distracted because I'm pinning things, but okay, let's see. I just kind of want something simple. I don't even know if I necessarily want to do like an outfit or anything. I think I just kind of want to find a cute picture of like just maybe shoulders up. I also don't know if you guys ever have this weird feeling where like kind of going on from that funk that I was just talking about. So when you have that funk, sometimes you kind of can push through it, and then you can just kind of at least sketch some random stuff or draw something random, and it's great, but it's almost easier to do it if you don't even add colors. So we'll see how today goes. If I like what's happening, without the colors, we'll just kind of leave it. But what I wanted to do is have a sketch, do like some loose watercolor on it, and then use my ink brush to do the lining. I've really been trying to get better with my ink brush, and it's definitely just, that I need more practice. I have a really heavy hand, so it kind of gets tricky for me to have really good control over the line width, and it ends up kind of looking messy or like wobbly. So I'm trying to practice. I'm trying to be very like light-handed and just kind of go easy with the brush. But that was the idea for today. And I'm actually not really seeing anything that I like, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my boards that I've pinned, and I'm just going to pick like a cute reference picture. Let's see. So again, I don't really want anything too complex. Oh, this one's cute. Okay, so also I apologize if you hear my dogs barking in the background. I'm dog sitting for my parents right now, so they are not used to the noises around my house, and they'll just kind of go crazy and start barking. So I'm not sure if you guys, oh yeah, I guess it's pretty visible. I tried to pick a color that wasn't too dark so that it doesn't mess with the colors I want to use possibly, but then I still wanted you guys to be able to see what I was doing and sketching. And I've actually never tried to sketch while talking, but I've watched a lot of art videos, obviously, because like it's fun and they're awesome, and I know that people say that it kind of takes some getting used to and it's kind of weird at first, so we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it's not too bad. I am gonna mostly try to follow the reference, but at the same time, everything we draw ends up being in kind of a stylized form, so that's okay. That's not too bad. And again, this is just kind of something that I wanted to sketch or like draw just to kind of get myself back in the groove of drawing something. It doesn't necessarily have to be like anything great or end up looking nice or anything. I just need to kind of do something artsy to get out of a funk. And I also don't really know if the people who watch videos also do art, or like if there's a lot of other like viewers that don't necessarily do art, but they just find it relaxing, or maybe they just like seeing it. And so I'd really actually like to know if you guys can leave a comment and just let me know, like, do you like watching art videos because you're an artist, or is it just the fact that like they're calming, or you can kind of have them in the background while you do chores or something similar. It's actually the weekend, and so my plan is usually to do chores, like having kind of artsy videos in the background, but to be honest, that never happens because I always get distracted by the videos, and then I just kind of sit there and watch, you know, an immense amount of artsy videos or craft videos or whatnot. I've actually been like binge watching royalty soaps, and oh my god. Okay, so I love her. So Royalty Soaps is this channel where, and I apologize, I don't remember her name on the channel, but like the narrator, but she's amazing. She's super funny, super cute and adorable and welcoming and friendly. And so I've now gotten addicted to just watching a ton of soap making videos, but it's still pretty artsy, and I mean, it's still pretty like connected to, you know, creativity and in an artistic visual way, because she makes these beautiful designs and these beautiful colors, and I like that, you know, soap is actually something that you can use. So usually most of the art videos I watch, it's, you know, the kinds of art that are only really meant to be used in a observatory way, I guess. So like, you know, you look at them, they're very pretty, or like, you know, they make you feel something, and that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's something so special to me about someone who makes something that has like a use, like a physical use in our lives, and I think that's really cool. So I've been watching her videos, and because I started watching her videos, I've started getting like recommended videos of other soap makers. So I'm going down an interesting road on YouTube, and I'm not upset about it at all. I think it's really fun. It also actually sometimes gives me like little doodle ideas, so, you know, there's no loss. It's pretty much just a win-win. I get to watch some cool stuff, have a couple laughs, because again, her personality is amazing. I mean, her soaps are amazing, and I really want to buy some of them, but a lot of the times when she makes the ones that are limited stock, or like, you know, kind of a she'll do like a theme sometimes, and they sell out very quickly, so I haven't been able to buy any yet, but I'm looking forward to buying some, and it's totally worth watching her videos just for her. Like, she really makes my day. Like, sometimes, you know, we have tough days, especially at work. It's been very stressful lately, and I've been having to put in a lot of overtime, so I've just kind of been exhausted by the time I get home. And after making dinner and kind of, you know, trying to clean up a bit, washing some dishes, it's nice to just watch someone who's super happy and has this like amazing attitude and positivity, because it really just gets my mood up. And even though I'm getting ready for bed usually at that point, it at least kind of puts me in like, you know, like these high spirits, and it makes me want to get ready for the next day. So I really like her. And it's so bad, I swear. Oh, Katie, I think. Her name is Katie, I believe. I feel like it is, but I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure her name is Katie, and she's amazing. So if you guys kind of want to watch something new, or you haven't, you know, ever seen like handmade soaps, it's really, really cool. I think the ones that she makes are, they're called, there's a name for them. It's like, because she makes them in a mold, and she cuts them into the individual like square bars. And so there's definitely a name for the type of soap that she makes, and she's absolutely said it. Like, she's really good about explaining what she does, and she really likes, you know, when people try to make soap and send her pictures and things like that. But I just, again, I just kind of watch it as something fun to decompress from the day. So sometimes I'm not super great at remembering everything she says in the videos. So I'm feeling okay about this. I'm kind of concerned with how high I've made the messy hair. In the reference, it is pretty like scrunched up like this, but it's more broken up in some areas. So in the sketch, it's making me kind of think it's a little unbalanced to one side, or to the top versus the bottom. But that's okay. We'll keep working on it. Again, remembering that this is just for us to, get out of a funk and just feel like we've worked on something and finished something, even if it's not, something final. It is still a project, and that's okay. That's good enough. I also, I don't know if anybody is I don't know if anybody would watch this and sketch along, and the reason I laugh so hard there is because I pretty much just told you guys, what my problem is. I'm always like, oh yeah, I'll watch the sketch and chats and I'll sketch along with them, and everybody's always super great about being like, oh, draw along with me, or do whatever your craft is along with me. But like I explained, I'm very bad at that because I immediately get distracted and then just watch the video. So if anyone is actually, watching this and sketching along, I would love to see... Oh, hold on. I'm going to grab my kneaded eraser. I would love to see whatever you created, whether it's a drawing, a sketch, a doodle, a painting, if you're crocheting, knitting, anything. If you did chores, I'd love to know what chores you got done. And good job for being productive and getting adult things done. But yeah, if you guys want to let me know in the comments what you like or what you did during this, that's always fun. I do also have an Instagram. It's KOGDI, Cody. Feel free to post any sketches or drawings you did while watching this video and tag me in it. That would be super fun. And I think we're pretty good with the sketch, so I like it, so I am gonna just do some really loose colors just to kind of add some fun. And something I also like about this little palette is because it's metal, it's a little metal tin, I can actually just go ahead and mix the paint right on there, so I don't have to really get a palette or anything. It's a pretty good little travel kit, or just something like this where you're not necessarily doing anything that you want to pull out all your paints for. It's just something fun and quick. So again, like I said, I'm just gonna keep it pretty loose. This paper is not meant for watercolor at all, as we found out with how much the other one was warping. So I'm gonna try to just do some kind of light washes, and I've already got cat hair in this one. So I have 3 cats. One of them is Dexter, and we adopted him a very long time ago. At the time he was 9, but he's probably a good 13 or 14 now, because it's been quite a few years, and he's my baby, and I love him very much. He was an old man when we got him, and he's an even older man now. And after that, after a couple years, we moved into our house, which is where we're at now, and I wanted another cat. I thought it would be really fun, and we wanted Dex to have some company, so, or at least that's what we told ourselves, let's be real, I just wanted another cat because they're amazing and I love them. So anyway, we adopted Autumn, and she was 6 or 7, I believe, at the time. And she's still with us as well. And then this year, actually, well, technically last year, so in December, our neighbor shows up at our door, and she's holding 5 little tiny kittens in her shirt. She's got her shirt kind of, kangaroo pocket folded, and she's got this little group of kittens, and it's the cutest thing ever. And she let us know that she picked them up because they kept wandering into the street, and she noticed them because she was taking her kids to school. And or she was taking her kids somewhere, they were going out to the store or something, and she noticed that they kept going out into the street, and she would pick them up, put them away, you know, they'd come back again, and she was pretty worried about them. So she asked if, you know, if we had the possibility of taking care of them or taking them in for a little bit. And we did. And unfortunately, because it was in December, it was very, very cold. This past year was actually like one of the coldest years I think we've ever had. And I didn't feel comfortable letting the kittens go back outside, because the mom is a stray, and so she spends most of her day out looking for food. And we actually gave her food in our backyard a lot of the times, but I just didn't want the kittens, you know, not having a source of warmth, especially at night when the temperature dropped even more. So we ended up just kind of taking care of these kittens. We bought formula, and we bought, you know, bottles, and it all actually went really well. Once they got old enough, we did make sure that they, you know, went to good homes. We were in contact with one of the shelters here in Nevada to help us find good homes for them. And a lot of the people that took them actually, you know, stay in contact with me and send me pictures sometimes, so that's really awesome. But we ended up keeping one of the kittens. She was the smallest one, and I just wanted to make sure that she was going to be okay. So we ended up keeping her, and she's an all black little cat, and her eyes are so beautiful. She's got big green eyes, and they're so wide that we thought she reminded us of Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. So we actually named her Googly Bear. And I call her Googles for short, but her full name is Googly Bear. And the point of this super long story is that I have 3 cats, and so I have cat hair everywhere, and a lot of the times my art ends up with cat hair in it as well. And so that was the point of that huge rant. But I'm very proud of myself for remembering where that started and where it was going. So I'm actually not gonna color the hair. I am gonna use my ink brush on this, and I'd like to make the hair black to get like a lot of contrast between the face and the hair. So I'm actually just gonna leave it the color of the page right now, and then we'll go ahead and put some ink on it once we start doing that. And there you go. So the paper is warping a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is kind of okay. It's not really warping a little bit, it's warping a lot, which is a little bit worrisome, but that's okay. I think it'll be fine. Alright. And I'd like to get her lips to be kind of a, almost like a brownish red. So we'll see if we can manage to do that. I'm just using a water brush I think, to go ahead and paint this. So it's sometimes a little tricky to get as small and controlled brush strokes as I would like, but that's fine. I don't really mind. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'd like to try and darken it up a little bit, some brown. So I will say that's kind of one thing that I don't necessarily love about it, It's just that because it's very light colors, it actually is really dark, or it's really hard to get contrast with any darker areas or shading. And I know the lips look kind of scary right now because they're very, very intense, but I promise once a little bit of ink on there, it'll be fine. I'm thinking I'd like her. So in the reference, it's kind of hard to see, but it looks like the girl has kind of hazel eyes, but I'd like to make her eyes a little bit bluer, match the little necklace. So that's what we're gonna do. And this palette also actually doesn't have a green. So it has a blue and a yellow, which is great. But because they're very bright versions of blue and yellow, the greens you get, it just makes them straight from the little pans. It's kind of insane. It's like a neon spring green. So I've done a couple mixes before, and then I think what I did was I just added a little bit of brown to tone down the green, and I swear I added something else, but I don't really remember. For right now, that's fine, and I'm just gonna use that as the leaf color, and it should be fine. Again, once we add a little bit of ink and it has the dark contrast of the black ink, it'll really stand out. So I know this looks super, super creepy right now, but it'll be okay. Slowly dry. I'm just gonna start inking it, and again, I don't have a ton. Oh, right. I also forgot that this is a very textured paper, so it'll actually be kind of interesting to see how we can get. I guess it doesn't really matter. I was gonna say how we can get smooth strokes with the brush pen, but actually really not that bad, and that's fun. A little texture is super fun. But like I was saying earlier, I'm kind of hoping that if I just kind of do some fun and loose or ink brush doodles and sketches, I'll be able to get a little bit better. So now that I'm doing this, I don't know that I love the texture from the brush pen, but late, and I'm gonna commit. So here goes to hoping it works out. It's not the worst thing ever. I just don't I don't know how I feel about like these areas where it's supposed to be kind of the shine in the hair. Because of the texture, I feel like it's not making it look like hair. It's almost just looking like I don't know, maybe like a cloth of some sort, or like wool or sweater material of some kind. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna try to slow down with the brush pen to see if maybe I can get it to leave more ink in the texture as we go. Kind of. It's kind of working. So anyway, I would also really love to hear what you are up to. Let me know what you have been drawing lately, what kind of days you've been having at work or school. I don't know if school is in right now. What month are we in? Oh yeah, school is happening. It's a happening spot. So I believe most kids are now coming up on spring break. Yeah, see, so because of the texture, I've pretty much completely lost the braid, but that's okay. But yeah, let me know how school is going. Has anything exciting happened? Are you looking forward to upcoming time off from school or vacations or days off from work? Are you going to be drawing or crafting? If you're not someone who draws or paints and you're watching this video, again, I would really, really like to hear why. Does it help you relax, or do you just use it as background noise? A lot of the times I do that too. So I'll find a video on YouTube it's not necessarily that it's something I don't care about, but it's like something that I'm not privy to having to stare and watch and pay attention to. It's kind of just something that's interesting to me, but it's okay if I miss exactly what they're saying the whole time, or it's something that isn't really visual, or, you know, they're not really, excuse me, they're not really, you know, working on anything on the screen. They're just kind of talking or explaining something. I really like videos like that. One of the other channels I actually watch a lot of is called Garden Answer. I definitely don't remember her name. I never ever do. But I really love her character again, her person, and a lot of her videos are, well, a lot of her videos are her actually showing things that she's planting in her garden. But she does do a lot of videos as well where she's explaining like how to make floral arrangements, or, you know, little succulent arrangements and things like that. And I find that interesting, but it's okay to me to not have to look at what she's doing. I'm okay with just listening. And so a lot of the times I feel like I'm pretty excited to watch videos like that with her, because I can actually draw or do a couple chores while I've got those on, and it doesn't distract me, and I don't feel bad for, you know, missing any part of it or feel like I need to go back and watch it again. It's just kind of like, okay, you know, I did my chores and I listened to how to put, you know, something together, something cute and pretty and fun, and I'm okay with that. That's all I really needed. So because I'm using the brush pen, this is gonna probably look pretty cartoony by the end of it, because I'm gonna do a decent amount of line work here, but I'm okay with that. Something else about, I don't know if that's just the brush pen I'm using, but something that's kind of annoying is the tip of my brush pen will split sometimes, and it's kind of tricky to get it to like unite again. It's kind of annoying when I'm working on sections like this, like the eyes, where I really want to make sure that I get very delicate lines in exactly the spot that I want it, but that's okay, I guess. Okay, so the nose got kind of lost with the watercolor, so I'm just gonna try to find it. I think that's fine. Again, there's the brush splitting, which is really annoying. Yeah, okay, I'm okay with that. That's alright. And now the lips, I want to make sure I kind of place them where I want. That's not too bad. Alright, and then So this chin line I wanted to be a little bit thicker because there'd be shadow there. I am also really trying to get better about placing, I kind of want a little strand here, placing thicker lines where there's shadow and thinner lines where there is light hitting or reflecting. I'm also going to kind of thin her neck down because I think it looks a little weird. Okay, that's not too bad. And then, let's see. I don't know if I have any white pens in this room. I was looking for some because I'd like to add a couple little highlights. I don't know if colored pencil would really, not really. It's not really gonna show up. Let me see. Does this switch? Nope, not really. I think this is a I think this is like a chalk pastel, or like, I did not know I had this, but this will probably show up. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that actually. I think that's really cute. I'll kind of hold it up for you guys. So yeah, I think that's pretty cute. We're gonna go back to the experiment we did with the salt now and see what happened. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this salt away and I'll be back. Okay, so that's pretty cool actually. It did soak up some of the color. Let's see if I can get it to show. So as you can see, like here and here, it did soak up a lot of the color. My original idea for this was to do some ink brush flowers, but I'm not really sure that I'm gonna like how that looks after doing the girl, just because of the texture. So I think I want to put this paper, it's actually still wet. I'm gonna let this dry fully, and then I'm gonna put it under some books to flatten it a little bit, hopefully, and I'll figure out something to do with it. I might still do florals on it, but I might just use a paintbrush and like gouache to kind of get more coverage and still use the texture from the surface, but not have it look kind of so choppy. But anyway, honestly, this video is already 38 minutes long, and that's kind of longer than I expected it to be, so I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the sketch, the doodle.